Hey guys, it's me. I'm here. You thought I gotta wait now, did you? Ow, don't hold back now. Give it to me. Give it to me. Hey, but guess what, people? I'm here. Now, I probably sound like a frog, okay? But as you all know, I'm quite sure you've heard the news, and I'm quite sure the news is all over the world right by now about this pollen and this seasonal allergy threat and all this stuff that's going on with people like me who suffer with seasonal allergies, okay? And that could be the pollen, the dust, the ragweed, all that good, that stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm moving through that, okay? So bear with me. Um, I am really just coming on to talk to you guys to let you know that I'm very, very, I'm just tired, and I'm so tired of listening to the news and watching so many beautiful young folks out here lives being taken, or how about losing their lives? Because I can't even say in some cases they're being taken. You signed up for it. See, that's the name of the game, especially the street code. When you in it, know what you're signing up for. And that means sometimes you're going to have to face it head on and take it. But I'm just really frustrated that so many young babies out here dying at their own demise. Okay? Because if you're not out stealing cars and you're in the house doing what you should be doing, then you would not be now being buried. And that's real talk. You know, the Bible says if you live by the sword, you would die by the sword. That's anything that is not of God. Okay? So I'm just a little heavy hearted right now because, you know, I just been sitting here watching these 13-year-old little boy. Then you got the 14-year-old little boy. And both of them was all about a stolen car. Then we got a 15-year-old that's family. And I don't know the story on what happened with him or anything. And it did make the news, but I didn't get to go back and do the research on it and all. But the fact is, that's family. His mom came up in my household with us. That's like blood. So I'm really, really sad for that. Now, I don't know what his situation was, but for the ones with the stolen vehicles and things like that, I mean, I don't understand how these children are 13 and 14 years old and they're not in the house. My son was 16 and he knew he had to be in my house at a certain time, especially on a weekday. And on the weekends, still was a certain time, okay? I give him to about 12 o'clock on the weekday. On the weekend. But during the weekday, oh, no later than 9, you better be in this door. You hear me? Yeah. And that's at 16. I just didn't play like that. You're not about to be 13 and 14 all outside at 12, 1 and 2 and 3 in the morning. No, you're not. Unless you on a newspaper route out there tossing some papers. That means some adult is going to be with you doing that. Okay? But it makes no sense to me. Now, I got two loved ones we just buried side by side. They wanted each other's, side by side. And yeah, and guess what? They're older than me. But both of them was gunned down by a person who was renting a room and refused to pay their damn rent. Can you believe that? Refused to do his part or honor his contractual agreement that they had. This is what we talk about. And then you decide, how the hell do you ever become the victim in that? But be mindful, folks. Don't let people all up in your house and be so quick to be nice and save the day because it's hard to get them out. Know that. You can let them in, but it's hard to get them up out of there, baby. So, yeah, you quick to think about, leasing and getting a little extra money. Nah, don't even do it. Make sure you know what you're doing. But yeah, so we done buried two of them side by side. They died together. They laid the rest together. And that was really sad. It's really sad because people just being snatched up off the face of the earth quickly. And everybody's so quick to want to run out here and get a license to carry and walk around with their strap. But why you always pull your strap? Why you can't just put your hands up and fight? If you that pissed off about something, Throw your hands, get it over with, and be done with it. At the least, all you can catch, what? Catch you a little assault charge or something. But why go to jail for murder? Ruin your own life while trying to take somebody else's. It makes no sense. And I'm frustrated, and I'm quite sure it's a whole lot of other women out here that's just as frustrated as I am, because we're out here on our own, and half of y'all running around getting yourselves locked up, and the other ones are burying. We burying them. Children growing up without fathers out here because we so busy being senseless and reckless toward one another, but yet we want to go downtown and march about Black Lives Matter. It seemed like the Black Lives Matter to every race but us. And that's real irritating for me right now. I'm pissed off. I'm sad. I'm angry. Now the police all posted up in the neighborhood over here with a 15-year-old got killed. But where was you at the night that it happened? Because had you been out there, it would have not happened. And then again, who knows? Because the police sit around in neighborhoods, y'all. I done seen them. They sit around in neighborhoods and act like they don't see a thing. Kids flying up and down the street doing donuts in the middle of the street, and they'll sit right on the corner and not budge and not say a word. I've seen it with my own two eyes. I done went past one little spot, and all the youngers gathered up around this store like ants. And who in the midst of all of them posted up with his foot up on the fence? Police. I said, wow, you would think he on the block with them. You not telling them to move out the way, scatter, take it down the street. You just posted up with them. Not cool. But this is our taxpayers' money, right? Our tax dollars. Furnishing behavior like this, you know? And parents, I'm telling you right now, guess what? We all want to believe our children are great. We want to believe that they wouldn't lie to us. We want to believe that they're outstanding kids and they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, but not always. And yeah, don't get me wrong, it's devastating to find out your child lied to you right in your face. But you was a child before. You know you done lied to your parents dead in their face. You practiced that lie all day long until it became the truth to you. So you could tell it like you were standing on a mountaintop. We know what we done when we were young. So don't ever think yours not doing it too. But one thing for certain, I don't care what you're talking about, it's a law out here. No minor kid should be outside at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning without the company of an adult. And if your kid outside in the middle of the night running around doing God knows what, and you sitting somewhere and not thinking about it, or ain't that much sleep in the world, because guess what? Mothers become night walkers. We become night walkers because we learn to sleep light because of the babies. And by then, now you're up every time. You always up, walking through your house in the middle of the night. Go to the bathroom, walk through the house. You're going to check the damn room. You're going to go in the kitchen, get something to drink. You're going right back in the room. Each time. So there's no excuses for not knowing why your kid not in the house. Okay? There's no excuses. I mean, real talk. Yeah, and we know the police out here, a lot of them are very trigger happy. They just don't ask no questions, just shoot. 1 inch of a movement, they shoot. Okay, but we know it's also some good officers out here that do things by the book and according to the code, and they doing it, they justify in doing what they have to do. Now, I'm not saying that every one of these killings by law enforcement were, we already know, I just said it, all of them are not right. But if our children are educated by us, the parents, letting them know, do not get involved with these things. It's bad enough you could be out here just strolling along while being a young black man. And I'm speaking of young black men because these are the ones that catch the biggest repercussions. Okay? You strolling along minding your business and get pulled over or stopped. They want to frisk you. They want to do all these things. So why add fuel to the fire and be out here in somebody else's car that you know you did not contribute no payments toward, that be riding around in? It's not yours. We gotta talk to our young folks. We gotta let them know, if you down with that behavior, be ready to sit down. And if I get to court and find out that you was a part, or I find out you get caught up in it, then guess what? You're gonna really feel the wrath. Because you stood in my face as your mother and you lied. That's how you need to be talking to your kids. So don't be calling me when you get down in there and lock up and holler, you need this and you need that. You're going to fend for that. You better get in there and find you a little job and make a couple of pennies an hour or whatever, because you're going to feel it before I send you anything. Just for lying and not obeying what you should have been obeying. You know, bring your kids up a certain way. And I ain't going to lie, peer pressure is a monster. I guess it's called adult pressure when you get older, but it's the same behavior. Because adults get coerced into bull crap too. And they swear they be having a mind of their own. Before you know it, they did it because so-and-so was talking about, yeah, and all that. No, that's pressure. That's the pressure. But guess what? When you start to get pressured about some things that you know go against your standards, and it's the company you with, then you might want to bow out and find some new company. How about that? Because I'm in the habit of looking for company that's going to pour in. We pour into one another and watch each other grow. If we're not doing that, then you got to go anyway. You know? But we really, really got to sit down and talk to our young folks out here. You know? Now, if you're a parent and you know your kid out here doing all kinds of mayhem, they hustling, stealing, robbing, stealing cars and all that, and then somebody end up, if the owner of the vehicle caught up with them, it'll be even worse. It'll probably be worse because they probably going to beat the hell out of them before they take their life. You know, but it's sad. And no mother wants to lose a child out here. That's why you got to be in their business. Be on their behind. Up on their heels. Everything they whispering. What you saying? What you talking about? I want to know. Tell me. Yeah, that's me. I'm nosy. I don't care. And if I feel like you lying, guess what? At the end of the day, the room that you reside in is really not yours. That's a loaner, boo. You a boarder. And I pay that. I got the name on everything. I can go up in there and start searching my damn self before some police come running up in my house and cause me to lose something. See, this the attitude you got to have when it comes to your kids. Know what they into. Know what they doing. Know what the hell they doing in your house. You out here working and doing what you got to do. And the next thing you know, you got to go for something your damn kid done done. And at the end of the day, we need to stop trying to be friends with their behinds and be parents. And I don't care if you had them young. I get it. You still a child yourself, but at some point you got to step into some grown-up shoes because you stepped into some grown-up shoes when you got yourself pregnant. Not every woman, because some women have been raped, molested, and all these things. I get it. I'm talking to the ones who signed up for the cause. Okay? So don't start sending no mess over here. I'm talking to the ones who knew exactly what they were doing when they were doing it. You wanted to be in big girl shoes. When you did all those things, stand in them now and step up to the plate, because now you're not a little girl no more. She might be still in there. You can let her out and play once in a while, but you can't play like that with your kids. You can't be friends with your kids. You can't be buddies with them all day and everything they doing is okay with you and nobody better not touch you or say nothing. That's ignorance. You're stunning their growth and your own. But I'm sick and I'm so tired of the guns. Even if you got a license for one, be careful about it, because there's laws of carrying a gun in certain states. And you better be justified in using it when you put your finger on that trigger. If your finger go on that trigger, you better already see the target, know what's behind the target. These are the laws of shooting, okay? Know what's behind it, and then go ahead and execute your threat. But if they're not a threat, and it's a simple thing where y'all can throw your hands, throw your hands. Get it out the way. May the best man win. At the end of the day, I don't feel it's a win or lose in none of it anyway. You're not gaining anything, you know? But we really, really need to pause and think about some things, folks. You need to find some peace in your life. You need to get some spiritual growth behind you so that you can pour that stuff into your children. Because families are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, more distance from one another. Relatives don't even know who they belong to. Half the time you out here having sex with your own cousins and don't know it. Why? Because we broke that whole family tie years ago. When grandma started passing away, everything passed away with them. And it don't have to stay that way. We have to wake up to it and start to make the change. Break the curse. Break the curse. And if any of my fellas out there that's listening and have been and that is incarcerated or going through that now, before the gun thing, the charges, really, really be real with yourself and sit and ask yourself, was it really worth it all? Could have been handled a better way. And if you can, be prepared to come out here and share your story with some of the young folks out here. Because they this thing right here with this gun violence and it's the car thefts and the throwing and slinging on the corners, that stuff has been so glorified for these young people till it's sad. And if you ever caught any charges behind it, you doing time for it now, you know damn well you wish every moment of a day you would have made better choices. You got to share that with your kids. Share that with your children. And if you have no children, share it with somebody else's children that you do know. Because we're not going to exempt anyone from helping children and guiding them and grooming them into the right direction. Period. We're all responsible. We all have some form of responsibility to lost souls out here. If you see them out here, just give them a word. You just drop a little seed and keep it moving. You don't have to spend all day patting them on the back and nurturing them. Just drop a little word every time you walk past them. And I bet you something will manifest in them and you'll start to see the change. Sometimes a lot of these young folks out here, they need to be acknowledged. That's all. They need a person just to slide up on them and tell them they see some wonderful potential in them. You know, encourage what you see. Give them something. Hell, you can feed them a seed and it don't even have to exist until you speak it into them. Okay? But I'm real pissed off because, like they say, what is it? How many to one out here for a man? That ain't good. 5 to 1, 20 to 1, whatever it is, it's not okay. We losing out here, people. Women are out here standing with children with no man in the household. No man nowhere in sight to help raise them. Help train them up. I mean, we gotta do better. We really have to do better. Honestly, because all of these lives are just wasted on the sidelines, being snatched off the face of the earth for no real reason. No real reason. Simple little communication, little words of verbal, whatever, and it goes into bow bow, and now somebody gone. And as you pulling it, you don't realize you gone too. They going 6 feet down, and you gonna spend the rest of yours in a tomb in somebody's jail cell, wrestling with yourself. I'm irritated, and I'm irritated, and I'm pissed off. But I'm asking y'all, really, really think about it. Think about any and everything before you react to it. Please start doing this for yourself. You don't know how much it will benefit you and the lives of the people around you. Because the decisions we make, this is how you do this, right? If I think about reacting to something, right, or someone, I have to quickly, I pray on it first, okay? I'm going to say a little prayer. I have to, because when I do that, I'm quickly in a flash. Flick, flick, flick. It's like photo flashes. I'm quickly able to see the outcome before I react. Okay? And what you think you're doing in a silent movement, on a solo type movement, somebody is somewhere, always somewhere watching. Know that. So now you got to quickly ask yourself, is it worth me leaving my family out here to fend through life without me? Is it worth me having to sit down for how many years of doing time behind it? Is it worth these things? No. Do I like being where I am in my life today versus where I may be if I react to this right here? Quick fixes. It don't take but a split second to ask yourself the question, you ready to let it all go? Because once you pull it, it's gone. That's how fast you could do this with yourself. You know? Then now what? You did some wild senseless stuff. Now you locked up and you want everybody at home to start making you a priority because you where you are and you need this and you need that and you want this one to wait for you and hold on. Just don't let nobody up in there. Man, no, listen. Stop it. Those are all the thoughts you should have thought of before you made that decision to do what you done, you know? And anger, being a motivator is not ever a good reason for doing that right there. And I'm just going to say, I am so sorry for all the young lives that has been lost with this car theft behavior. But I must say, as a woman and a mother, you cannot tell me that you didn't know your kid wasn't in the house at some point. You can't do it because why? How? You should be up, moving around your house. I mean, especially like one of the kids or one of these stories, the little boy was out at 4 in the morning. Where the hell you going at 4 in the morning? You not throwing newspapers nowhere, then you shouldn't be outside at 4 in the morning. You know? It's just sad. It's real sad. But see, that this the thing I'm saying to that. It's sad that a young life is gone. But the point is, they stole somebody's property or was attempting to steal somebody's property. That's not okay. Now, in that particular case, yeah, the person came out and did all that he did. It was a lot, okay? Multiple gunshots. Come on now. All you had to do was fire one if you're going to do it, you know? But it was just sad. It's sad. I'm sorry to say, we still got to hold ourselves accountable. You know, what were you doing? This is a mother. What were you? Why was you out there? How the hell did you get there? Because don't get me wrong now, I know kids will sneak out the house and do those things. I know. There's some of them they'll sneak out. But I'm just saying, we gotta stay on our kids. We gotta stay in their ear. We gotta get connected to people. They on them social websites. We gotta get up on there too. You know. And see, they so wicked and wise though, they'll turn around and open up a whole nother one while you all over there on the old one. They over here on the new ones doing something different. But yeah, and I'm not saying that all of the mothers who have now had to face this did not have the conversations with their children. A lot of mothers are having these conversations. You got a lot of people out here, fathers could be pastors and everything. Doesn't mean they not gonna go out here and go left, They may go out here and make their own choices. But as long as you know you did everything in your power as a mom, and I'm talking to the fathers too, for those that are present, stand up and stand up strong for your children. And I mean, love them so much that you will go against them if you have to protect them and keep them safe, right? Now, you got a lot of moms out here. No, they can't be everywhere their children are. None of us can. But as long as you know you are preaching that thing to them and you're instilling the things that you should instill in them, and they go make a decision that causes, you know, a demise or ruining of their future, what else can you say? You know you did your part. But if you standing there and you saying, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, then what have you been doing? I'm just irritated because we have to value our lives and we don't seem to do that. Black lives don't matter to black people, but they matter to other people who stood out on the rallies with us, marching and fighting and all of this. And then we went home and shot ourselves up. That's crazy. That blew my mind. But then you mad when another race show you no respect. And I'll be looking at our people like, what are you pissed off for? Because they called you this. They called you the N word. Okay, but you use this word so freely and frequently, like, oh, somebody told me it's a term of endearment when we say the N word. I said, what the hell is so endearing about using the same word that was forced on you all those years ago? How do you ever find that to be a term of endearment? And how did we ever start embracing it for ourselves as a cool thing to say? It's not. But you can't sit around and rap that word out your mouth all day, every day among each other. And as soon as another race starts saying the same thing to you, you're offended. Come on now. Come on. You can't do that. So I just wanted to come on here and tell y'all I'm so tired. I'm just so drained out, you know. And then I'm the young people. You know, that's why I say I'm not speaking to all, because I know some parents are talking and talking. And the young folks just think they know something. They get a little bit of pubic hairs and little bumps in the chest, and, or the balls then dropped a little bit, and they really think they got it all figured out and don't know half or nothing. Okay? But as I'm just saying, stay on them. Stay in their business. If you feel like they being secretive, they doing something, go up in that room and look around for some things. Find out what they got going on in your household. And if they get offended, just remind them, sweetheart, you are a boarder and you pay no rent. So you need to sit the hell down somewhere and keep living like you living. Okay? That's what you do with that. I love you guys. I just wanted to come out and just talk to you about that. I have a couple of other things I want to talk about. I've been working on a few things, so just a little here, a little there, and I will come back on in a little bit or on the next video, and I'll try to show you guys some of the things that I've been working on. Um, just constantly getting busy, staying busy in my own zone, because that's the best place to be, is in your own zone. So that's where I choose to stay. And yeah, but I'm just a little tired. And sometimes when you just see and hear so much, it can take a toll. It takes a toll on you. It drains you, mentally and emotionally. It can really drain you, right? So I just wanted to come and talk to you guys about that. Tell you I love you. I miss you guys. And I'm wishing you an awesome rest of your day. Okay? Smooches. Mwah.